Hey, what's up, everyone?
Yo,
Jacob Ludo, welcome again. Thank you for listening, guys. Jacob Ludo, DJ Sava.
yes, me.
How's it going, man?
Good, 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 man.
Yeah. And this is the Two British Nerds podcast, of course. Welcome once again to the Two British Nerds. Follow us on Twitter at two the Two British Nerds with a Z at the end. Don't forget the Z. I hope everyone's feeling good this week.
For real.
Yeah, man.
If you're
Good.
listening on the if you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, please subscribe on your iTunes. If you haven't got that application, you can download it on your iPhones and just hit up. Just search the Two British Nerds with a Z and subscribe when you
Don't
can.
forget to hit that subscribe button
Hit
and
that subscribe button.
the like button and the comment buttons,
Hit all the
whatever.
buttons. All the
Yeah,
buttons.
except for the delete button,
For real.
the thumbs,
Big
the
shout.
thumbs button.
Yeah. Big shout to my usual listeners. Shout to Claire, uh, um, Miss Social Butterfly, and Lauren, who always listen to this podcast when I put it up on the uh, Twitter page. And shout out to Claire. Saying you're a big X-Men fan, make sure you pick up when it comes out. It'll be part of Marvel's Secret Wars event, X-Men '92, because you said you loved the TV show, so that's based, on the cartoon. So pick it up when it comes out. So yeah, basically.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let's have a shout outs.
Yes,
So getting right into it, I guess we're gonna start with a couple of reviews from our favorite books. I guess also
yes.
comments and reviews of our favorite books. Sava's gonna go first. We're gonna do it like a sort of Sava's my turn, Sava's turn, my turn, just to see how we're still trying to figure out our own sort of system. So forgive us for this little trial and error.
It's yours. It's your microphone or it's your setup. Something needs to be adjusted. It's a bit muffled, but it's okay. So we're gonna I'm gonna start this off with Secret Wars issue 3, and this one is entitled Affairs of um I'm my throat Affairs of State. Um,
So wait, does this come out every week?
well, I think it's been every 2 weeks.
Because I'm sure like the first two just that came out bang bang, and then this one I was thinking, wait, oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be yeah, and then go about, then it came out. So maybe it week.
I think what they did was they brought issue 1 for the first week, issue 2 the second week, and then they released Battle World and Warzone. So this is like it's like yeah, it's been a while for it to come out, actually, about a week or so, I think. So again, this is written by Jonathan Hickman. Main cover is by Alex Ross. The artist is Esad Ribic, and it is issue 3. So what's basically happened is in the last issue 2, the Cabal have come out of status, and the Cabal is composed of Thanos, Black Swan, Terrax, Nama, uh, Promax, Midnight, Maximus, Coivus, Clevi, who's a nutcase, and the maker, who is I would say Richard, so Mr. Fantastic from the other universe. And so what's happened in this issue is, right, um, Doctor Strange comes about, finds out that the one of the Thors is being executed by the Cabal. Doesn't know who they are yet. Just knows there's people wandering around. Um, what's interesting about this is Doctor Strange goes to he's at the ship, right, and he says, I know somebody's there. Come out wherever you are, and then you see Miles Morales actually has hitched a ride in the ship, so he's basically out. He's out of nowhere. He comes out of nowhere, and he's speaking to Strange, and um, he says basically, well, 1 minute I was on my world, 2 minutes, and then a few seconds later, I've been transported to, on the ship. Both of the worlds been blown up, and then Strange basically goes, "All right, you remember." So what's happened is basically, right. He's come about. So Strange is now taking him to his domain, his island, which is called the hidden island of Agamotto. Can I pronounce the word Agamotto? And Agamotto is basically the Strange's amulet that he wears. You find that in for some reason, don't know why, hasn't been revealed yet, that the Eye of Agamotto, he actually doesn't have it, and he says that Doom actually gave him basically another eye. So I guess in a few issues, we find out why. Why?
So to, just so I'm clear, is everyone aware of what's going on, that all the universe is on?
No, they're not
So,
aware, because
but
what's been said now is Strange is a person that's helped Doom become God on this island. So whatever's happening, I'm presuming the Strange has put some sort of spell around the people, because you find out that nobody remembers what happened previously on their world. So it's like their memory has been completely been wiped. They've forgotten what happened before, when the incursions and when the planets collided. So it kind of makes sense why they see Doctor uh, Doctor Doom as God. Because I'm assuming basically all their memories have literally been wiped. Because for Strange to say to Miles Morales, "Do you remember?" It means the other people don't actually remember. But the funny thing is
so
about this, yeah. Sorry, go
so
on.
like the only people that remember is Miles,
So far, yeah,
Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, and
yeah,
what's it, the Cabal as well.
yeah, yeah. So what happens next is
So
now.
Doctor Strange is aware of all this.
Yeah, he's aware. So I'm assuming he's the hand that sort of put this together with Doom, because in the book he says, "I could have been God, but obviously you do a better job." But what the funny thing is, he actually has the other space shuttle in his island, and he opens it up, right, and they all come out. So Peter Quill comes out, Lady Four comes out, Miss Marvel, Spider Man comes out, and you find out they've actually been in status for 8 years. And he's waited 3 years. He's had them for, I think, for about three. He's had them for 3 years in his island. He decided to basically let them out. And what happens? What happens next is they ask him, why would you obviously let Doom be God? And Strange's exact words is basically, it's easy to explain and read. He's very good at playing God. So at the end of the book, you pretty much see Thanos and the Cabal just relaxing, chilling, and they're trying to make their next move. And Thanos is like, "Don't worry, man. Um, we're gonna make our move next." And what happens is they're all talking. They're like, "Well, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna sort things out?" And he goes, "Oh, Thanos is like, it will come to us, and then all you see basically is all the Thors are coming down, and this is where it ends. So it kind of gives you it's I love this book because it kind of gives you hints and clues to what's really happening. Because for me, I still want to find out how Doctor Doom manages to basically rule over the whole of this planet, because the amount of people that are on this planet, they can easily overthrow him. So there must be something that's keeping them in check. Um, so
Well, a big Galactus at his gate helps.
yeah, but I don't know. That's weird because I don't know because well, when I'm looking at it, Galactus is bigger than the planet. So is that really Galactus? Because Galactus for me is massive. Like he's big. He is bigger than the planet. But like I said, there's something that Doctor Doom is doing with Doctor Strange that's keeping everybody in check. Now the problem arises now because the Cabal know what's happened previously, and you have obviously the you have the guys from the 616 universe, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, and so on. Who knows? So now you're gonna have basically a surge of power.
So I missed the whole Miles bit. I didn't really get that. So where was he? Was he also in stasis?
Yeah, when his universe was gonna get blown up, he actually snuck onto the shuttle. He snuck onto the shuttle and he hid in the spaceship with the Cabal. So he just came out when they all left. So for
So
the
he so he sneaked away.
yeah, he sneaked away. So um, I just really want to know because what's happened and why. I just want to know why Doctor Strange is actually working with with Doctor Doom. But it's funny because there's a graphic novel. Can't remember what it's called, but you have actually Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange actually team up. But yeah, it's actually I like it because it's more of like it kind of gives you the pieces slowly, basically, of what's really happening in the Marvel universe and how it's unfolding piece by piece. But what's really good about this book is you actually see Doctor Doom in this without his mask, because there's a bit where he's talking to Sue, and what happens is basically is he thinks he gets a bit down, saying obviously he doesn't. He goes, all the power that I have, I still can't heal my face, whatnot. So he's kind of feeling kind of down, and she puts him in check, saying obviously that's not the case, and you're a good ruler, and whatnot. In this book also, you kind of find out what happened to Reed Richards. He actually gets sacrificed by Doctor Doom as well. He actually becomes the son, which is weird. They sort of just sacrifice him, and in a way, he becomes more of a prophet for actually people start to worship him in a way, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, it's a good book, man. It kind of, like I said, it gives you the building blocks of what's really happening in the Marvel universe. So I guess things really kick off in the next um, in the next issue. So I'd really recommend everybody to jump on Secret Wars, just so it kind of tells you what's really happening in the Marvel you know in the Marvel universe, man. It's a really really good book, and just let everybody know if you're a Gwen Stacy fan. For the first issues that came out today regarding came out yesterday regarding Secret Wars, they all have Marvel doing the Gwen Stacy variant. So for Secret Wars, I got the figurine variant with um Octavius, and I've got this one with Doctor Gwen. It's Doctor Strange, but it has Gwen Stacy as Doctor Strange. So it's something to get as a collector's, because I'm collecting it, all the covers. One thing I still want to know about, about this, about Secret Wars, is I want to know how Doctor Doom managed to get an army of Thors. Where's Odin? You know, what has happened? Like, how did he manage to get a whole army of Thors working for him and with him, just like that? Um, so I kind of get in the way in the sense why that he would be called a god, because for you to be ruling Thors, like have an army of Thors that are the protectors of this world, then you are a god in a sense. But yeah, like I said, I love this book. It is the main book, so get it, read it, and you'll be on your way to finding out what is happening in the Marvel universe. So that's Secret Wars issue 3. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all that madness going on with Secret Wars and um, Battle World. I'm going to switch things up a bit. Talk about DC. I read this book earlier today, The Omega Men, brand new series from DC. The Omega Men are created by, I believe, Marv Wolfman, just to be clear. But anyway, the Omega Men. This is all with DC's sort of space adventure sort of team, and they sort of dwell in this planet where there's two sort of deities. There's the Alpha and there's the Omega. The Alpha is what people are, what like the majority of people um, worship. So they always like anytime they talk, because they don't even talk in English. They just talk about it. Just the only thing that you can hear. I mean, most of the comic was spoken in like alien language, but the only thing you can see is them saying Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. So when they say Alpha, they're trying to be like, yeah, they're talking about their god. So
Yeah.
anyway, the Omega Man is sort of like it's almost looked like as the Omega religion. It's almost looked like devil worshipping in terms of their belief in that planet. So the Omega Men, they're like terrorists. So in the DCU, you sort of sneak peeks. That first issue, they released some sort of video image, some sort of terrorist image, where it's like they captured Kyle Rayner, and everyone in the whole DC universe knows, even like common aliens or even common aliens, they know who Kyle Rayner is because he's like the only white lantern. There's a bunch of Green Lanterns, Blue Lanterns, Sinestro Corps, and you know. So Kyle Rayner is the only white lantern, and he's like going around the universe with the Guardians. And he basically, the Omega Men captured him, and they assassinated him in front of the video, and they sent it out. So basically, this book is picking up straight off from the preview, where the sort of aliens, black ops, are searching for the Omega Men, and they're like, "Where the Omega? Where the Omega Men?" They've been going to like all the slums in the planet or in the city, and they say, "Where the Omega Men?" And one by one, each of the sort of SWAT team of the Alpha people, they're just being taken out by the Omega Men. Omega Men, they're kind of like remorseful, saying, "Oh, we should, we're trying to make the world a better place. We really are trying to make the world a better place. Why are they killing these people?" So it's really weird. It's almost like the Guardians of the Galaxy, where the Guardians of the Galaxy people know them and people love them,
Yeah.
but the Omega Men, they're like heroes, but they're seen as villains in a way. But the funny thing is that I got the impression that they actually enjoy killing people, but they're like, there was one part in the comic where the leader, I think his name is Triog or something. He like shot one guy in the like he blew his brains out,
Oh, boy.
and like because the guy was crying. He was saying that please don't kill me, and he was like, look, I'm not. I'm only doing this because I have to make the world a better place. And he blew his brains out. And then his assistant, the robot assistant, was like, that he asked the robot assistant that he keep still alive, to make he's dead. And the assistant's like saying that, well, you sort of blew his brains out, so I don't think he was like, no, like just in case, because I don't want him to seek revenge against me and everything. And he was like, dude, like his brains are on the floor, he's gone. And he was like, okay, good, good. So it's really weird. I mean, okay, so the book is written by it's actually the guy who's writing Grayson. If everyone knows who you- whoever's reading Grayson, I'm sure there's a lot of like fans reading Grayson. Everyone knows Grayson as the first Robin, Nightwing. He's sort of got his own book where he's sort of like a secret agent. Now, that's the same writer that's writing Omega Men, and the writer that's writing Omega Men and Grayson, he used to be in the CIA, so he was actually a spy. So it's kind of interesting where he's writing a book about secret agents, and he's now writing a book about terrorists, space terrorists, if you like.
Yeah.
So the Omega Men is something that I'm sort of interested in seeing. There's one article on the Wired. They're saying that they're comparing Omega Men to be like the Star Wars, but not the family friendly type of Star Wars. So yeah, Omega Men, brilliant book. I recommend it.
All right. I recommend. Oh, I might have to come out. Get it? Did it come out yesterday? Right?
Yeah, it came out yesterday. It came out yesterday. Like even like each of the panels, like when you're reading a comic book, the back in the really old comic, the Golden Age comic books, where each panel is like small squares.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be three panels. There'll be like there'll be 9 panels on the page, basically. Nowadays you get like a whole spread of a comic book page where you see like a superhero doing a super punch and it takes out 2 pages. For the Omega Men, the way the book is laid out is that it's laid out in small boxes. So it's sort of like sequential as well. So it's a really smart read. You have to sort of take your time and read it. It's really fun. It's a fun book, and it's a nice little. So I've been reading Sleep 3000, so that was like a little entry into because I wasn't really into the whole DC space universe, but now I'm sort of getting into it. And Justice League 3000
Yeah.
was a nice little window for me to sort of see how the whole space deal is in the whole DC universe. So the Omega Men, yeah, I got that Star Wars feel. I got a Guardians feel, and I also got like, have you seen a movie called Smoking Aces?
No. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I got that sort of feel as well. So yeah, Omega Man, thumbs up for me. I recommend
Oh.
issue number 1. You guys just check it out. Also check out the free. I mean, check out the free. The sneak peek, the 8-page sneak peek of the book, so to get a nice little feel from it.
Yeah.
It's free, so give it a go.
Right. Sounds interesting. Right. The next one for me, it's another Secret Wars tie-in. I generally got this book because like I said, I was collecting the Gwen Stacy covers, so I didn't know they brought out. I missed out a few Wednesday, so I bought some today. So this one's new. It's like I said, it's a Secret Wars tie-in. It's called Armor Wars, and this is a like the original Armor Wars came out years ago, and it was like I believe it was like a 5-part issue, and it wasn't an Iron Man event. So this one is Armor Wars, and it's a Secret Wars tie-in. It's written by James Robinson, and the artist is Marco Takara. It actually just starts off right in. Cool. It basically starts off in in part of Battle World again. So it's set in a city called Technopolis. So the drift I've got from this book is you have to have an armor to survive. So Spider-Man is web slinging across. He's basically he's got some vital information from Fisk, otherwise known as the Kingpin. So he's swinging around. His you have people. You got these bugs that are in suits trying to basically stop him. He gets away, and then all you hear is basically someone says, "Spider-Man, this ends now," and you hear a big bang, and it cuts. Um, and you meet basically Tony Stark, who's just chilling with Pepper, and he says, it's funny how we have to have all this armor to basically to survive. So they don't really tell you why, how it's gone to that point where they need armor to survive. They just tell you you have to have now armor to be surviving. So everyone has armor. You even see Thor with armor, Pepper with armor. Um, they all have armor, and this kicks off basically where there's actually the war is. It's funny. It's between Iron Man and his brother Arno. So they're all wealthy. They're both have the same. They all have armor and so forth. But I think his brother goes a bit to the dark side, and he gets a bit he becomes a bit ruthless in a way. So Tony can't really do anything. He wants to stop him, but he can't because it's his brother. So this issue is kind of slow. Kind of tells you basically what's really happening. Between Tony and his brother in a sense. Um, what's really interesting about this book is it's a very short read, but at the end of it, you find that Spider-Man has actually been killed in this world. He's actually dead. Um, but what's funny is right. He's he's not called. It's Peter. It's not Peter Parker. He's called Peter Urich. So I don't know who or what he is, but you're left with basically Peter Parker with um someone's punched through his, like, how Tony Stark has the arc reactor in his chest. Someone has either punched him or just they've shot him, and he's just laying basically on he's laying dead on the floor. So the next issue basically is it's gonna kick off where um they're gonna suss out and find out why he died, or what's really happened to him. But I'd recommend this just because it has a different feel to it. It leaves you with questions that need to be answered. As one, I'm gonna get issue 2 just to find out, why they need to have armor to survive. Why can't they just walk on, just live normally like I did previously? And why does someone like Thor need an armor? He's a god. Why would he need armor? And also to find out what's going to happen between Tony and his brother. They're going to battle it out, and to find out who really, really killed Spider-Man. But it's funny when he's fighting in this, he's fighting those bugs. The suit that he's in, he hates it because he's saying, I'm feeling hot, so he doesn't even really feel comfortable in what he's doing. But he has to wear the suit for him to survive. So in a sense, that's Armor Wars in a nutshell. So yeah, man, I'd recommend this because it's more like a murder mystery in a way. Kind of, you just keeps you asking questions, I guess. Um, so that's a short review of Iron Man. Sorry, Iron Man Armor Wars. The next one is The Amazing Spider-Man. I was gutted because I missed out on the J. Scott Campbell variant. So, Forbidden Planet work opens at 10 o'clock. I had work at 8:30 in the morning. Copy went for $15.99 to $17.99. Had 20 copies. Sold out. Now it's going on eBay for £60 to £100. I got to the point where I called up Forbidden Planet in the States, in New York. I called them up to see if I can purchase one online, but they would not do any over the phone orders. So I was like, and they had it for $64, and I was willing to pay. But I wanted to have that cover so I can add it to my the Black Cat J. Scott Campbell cover that I got last year, which was Superior Spider-Man issue 20. So Yeah, it's like, oh well, looks like there's more comics. But yeah, I was gutted, man. I really wanted that cover. Oh, the cover's nice. If you haven't seen it, it's with it's got Peter Parker and it's got his hands around Mary Jane, but it looks nice, man. It was a 1 in 50 variant, so. But yeah, so renew your vows is basically in how it would have been, right, um if Peter Parker actually married Mary Jane. So it's quite simple. Oh yeah, before we get started, so this one it's renew your vows part one. Why we can't have nice things. So you have obviously Dan Sloth is writing it. Adam Kurbert is doing the pencils. Is penciling this one. It's pretty cool, man. So basically, it just kicks off Peter Parker chilling with his wife and his um and it chilling with his daughter. Um, just living just living basically his normal life and being Spider Man. Um, he finds out basically all of a sudden now superheroes are washing up dead. So we find that at the beginning, the first superheroes to actually to got chopped was Punisher, Moonlight, and Daredevil, all gone just pretty much being killed off or gone missing. So Captain America calls all the remaining superheroes. You have like She-Hulk, you have Nova, you have the Hulk, and Spider-Man joins in. You obviously got Iron Man and so forth, and they try to basically find out what's going on. But in that split second, because obviously all the heroes are basically going, all the heroes are getting killed off. Iron Man, asks Parker if he wants to, you know, stay in the mansions to be safe, and obviously he's like, well, if I come, then you'll know my wife and my kid, and my identity will be obviously revealed and whatnot. So they kind of pause on that. So they're talking, and Hawkeye basically calls up and he says, "Oh, there's a prison break basically happening, and everyone's broken out." Um, and I think the prison's basically called is it the Riker prison, and then Parker's like, "Oh no," because in that prison you have obviously Eddie Brock, who's Venom, so he rushes away, and then you find out that Eddie Brock is well Venom Eddie Brock is in Parker's home. He's captured Mary Jane. He's got his kid, baby's crying. So what makes this actually a very intense comic book is actually for the first time he actually punches Venom with his full potential. Like he actually goes, how he usually holds back in the comic books. He pulls his punches back. In this, he doesn't do that. He just pretty much nearly breaks his jaw. He goes full in, and they get to the point of where they're fighting, and then so it kind of zooms off to that they're fighting, and then all of a sudden, um, you find that a villain called is it Augustus Romaine. Um, See, I can't remember who he is. Well, I can, but I'm trying to put it together. Um, he basically now becomes an enemy called the Regent, and what his main power is now, he can actually absorb any of the superheroes' powers and make it his own. Um, so he stops basically. I take it he does that to all the previous heroes and he kills them off. So in that split second, the Avengers are trying to fight him. Mary Jane's running away. Venom's chasing her. And then she hides into a fire truck. Venom's running after her, trying to kill her. She hits the button. Obviously, you know that the sound messes him up. So in that split second, when he gets confused, Spider-Man comes in and they're fighting in the building. And what happens is because he just all Parker has on his mind is he just wants to protect his wife and his daughter, right? So he fights Eddie Brock in a burning building, and he's fighting to the point where he's exhausted, right? And the last words that Eddie says to him is, "Oh, we gotta have you." He says, "We gotta give you points. I never thought never fought us like that before. Gotta do that again." And then he goes, Spider-Man goes, "No, Eddie, never again." And he pretty much he removes a pillar, right? And the whole building crashes onto Eddie Brock, and he dies. He actually kills him. He actually kills him. What also happens in that is actually um in this what also tends to happen. Well, actually, what does happen is the Regent actually kills off all the superheroes, including the Hulk. The Hulk tries to punch him. He rips the Hulk's hand off and kills him. He kills all the Avengers, all the running superheroes. So what Parker does to play it smart and to live, he basically just says, you know, he says that was the last day the Avengers died. That every last hero died, even Spider-Man. It looked like him standing there, but that was just me. Peter Parker, a dad in a stupid red suit. So he actually, in a sense, he actually stops. From what I can see, he stops being Spider-Man, and he's basically just schooling his daughter. Just it's funny because there's a scene right where there's a scene of where he's walking with his daughter, and the Vulture comes and he snatches um the Vulture snatches a purse, and Parker's just like, oh, okay, he's just walking the street. He's just walking down the street with his kid. Um, so it has a very very nice twist to this book. It kind of in a sense shows you what Spider-Man's really capable of if he was to go the extra mile, and he actually did. He actually destroyed Eddie Brock to save his wife and his kids, and it's nice. So now you're gonna see. It's nice. You're gonna have like, from what I can see, they're gonna go on and show you more Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So you're gonna see of how Parker would have been if he just, in a sense, just lived his life as Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. But what I want to know is if they would do it. Is if now does his daughter have the same abilities as as Peter Parker? So that's basically Spider-Man Renew of Ours, and I'd recommend this to anybody because it's the story that everybody, as a Spider-Man fan, always wanted to basically you know read, which is what would happen if Mary Jane and Peter Parker actually got together. So that's Spider-Man Renew of Ours, when I recommend that to everyone. It's pretty cool. Um,
That was written by Dan Slott, right?
yeah, Dan Slott, man.
The
The
current writer,
huh?
the current writer of Spider-Man. So
Yeah,
he's been writing Spider-Man for how many years now? He's been writing Spider-Man for how many years now?
since what, Spider Island, right? I think.
No, before that, this
Oh,
was, I think, for almost 10 years now.
yeah. So please get this book. It is actually a really really cool book. Um, the
Yeah,
next,
I got a book to talk about.
yeah,
Um, this is a this is a Dark Horse book. It's called Concrete Park. If anyone's been following me on Twitter, I've been sort of bigging up this book for the last, for my last couple of tweets. It was also on my Tumblr as well. It's called Concrete Park. It's written by Erica Erica Alexander, I believe. Um, and she used to be an actress. And she was an actress in Living Colors. So she actually wanted this book to well, she wanted this story to be like a TV show, but you know how the TV executives are. They just say like, look, this ain't gonna work because her story was sort of driven. Like her main cast was, in fact, most of the cast was all black people,
Mm.
and also Hispanic and Mexican people. Because basically the whole premise of the story is is I like to say gentrification because what happens is because there's so much crime in America. This was probably in the early 90s at that time where after Rodney King and was beaten and there's a bit of uprising in LA, gang violence and police brutality, etc., etc. So the story evolves around this young man who's involved in a sort of gang violence where his sister gets killed by a rival gang, but then he gets arrested and put on the he's put in this sort of like a planet, a different planet. I know this is kind of weird, but you see, he was sentenced to life on a separate planet. Like it's sort of like what the government is doing is moving criminals away from Earth, and they're putting them in a prison planet, and that prison planet is called Haven, which is obviously um, a metaphor for this is actually hell. So the story evolves around him and another lady who's I think she's South American, and she sort of had she's been in that prison planet for a while now. So and on that planet it has like aliens, it's had like different sort of beings. It also has like Asian people as well. So they already built some sort of community. So it's become like a sort of crime planet. And the way Eric Alexander wanted to produce the story is that African Americans or black people are interested in space books, or they're interested in this sort of sci-fi books, and the executives, the TV executives, they're like saying that no, there's not going to be an audience for it. But fortunately, you know, through it, I was able to find this book and I read it, and I was like, this is quite cool. And it's funny enough because I was talking about just like 3000 where there was, I was really into space, so
Yeah.
I'm not really into Star Wars and, Star Trek. I'm sort of into Star Trek a little bit, but not really into it. And just like 3000 sort of brought me in. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait, so there's actually a book that's that's based around black people, but has a lot of sci-fi elements to it. So think Prison Break slash Oz slash Boys in the Hood. So that's for this book. That's just my sort of interpretation from this book. So if you like those free things, then you're gonna absolutely love Concrete Park. So I definitely recommend it. The first volume's out. The second volume has just come out. So pick up on Amazon. Great book, great art. It's a fantastic book. I definitely recommend it. Concrete Park.
Yeah. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, actually, it's not Living Colors, it's Living Single. I don't know if you guys remember it. If you if you if you know the history of Friends, that know Friends, the TV show with Joey, Phoebe, and Russ and Rachel.
Hmm.
He actually got the idea of Friends from Living Single. So Living Single is actually the original show of like single people living in the city, just friends. They like friends. The TV show Friends actually,
Yeah.
borrowed that idea, and how things go. But yeah, she was in Living Single. A lot of people remember her on that. She was on the show as well. Erica Alexander.
Wow. That's actually good.
Yeah, cool book. Well, I guess I should talk about my other one, Storm. I haven't really finished it. but part of the reason why I wanted to mention it is because Storm is a weird character for me. Like, you know how a lot of people say that, oh, they don't really like Hulk or Superman because they're strong or they're boring reading their books. And I was thinking that, and you know what? I sort of like gave people, I sort of checked people and I said, look, there's a reason why Hulk's such a popular character. There's a reason why Superman's such a popular character. There's more to these characters. They're too powerful.
Yeah.
But with Storm, she's a powerhouse as well. Everyone knows that Storm's a powerhouse. She's probably the strongest mutant. Second to because her powers, she can control the weather. No one really thinks about her powers. She can control the weather. She can create like a hurricane, thunderstorm. She can create.
Yeah. No, she's powerful. Very.
She can even fly. We don't even know. Yeah, she's very powerful, and it's weird that they never really called out Omega level mutant. I think they did, but I'm not sure. But Storm she's a powerful mutant, and I was like, let me just see what this book's saying, because the person who's writing it, funny enough, is the person who's writing Superman, and he's the person who wrote Hulk. So it's Greg Pak, and Greg Pak, yeah, he's obviously he knows how to write superheroes that are kind of OP, kind of overpowered.
Yeah.
So anyway, this book is very, very personal. It's about her sort of journey. It's kind of like her journey to how she is at the moment. She's still the same old Thor. She's still the same person, but she was sort of talking about how much she's grown as a character. Like before, she used to be a goddess. She had people worshipping her, and she's a queen of Wakanda. She was also a mistress of the X-Men. So there's so much stuff that she's accomplished from her background, where she used to be a thief in Egypt. So she was just saying that, yeah, she went back to Kenya. Kenya was a place where she was sort of worshipped as a goddess, and worshipped you because we wanted to get our farm. We wanted to get some food because you were giving us water. We didn't want you to go. It was like, yeah, no, I kind of knew, but yeah, I'm gonna happy.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, people had food because the slums in Egypt is kind of rough. So okay, given sort of relationship. So it was fun to interact with those people. Had like her final. Was sort of dating Wolverine for a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So I was actually about that. I forgot that they were dating. Right? So they showed her grieving over Wolverine. The best part, Storm is so powerful. Get Beast to fly over to like so that she can grieve, because she grieves so much, her power, she just exposes so much power that it affects the whole planet. So she had to go outside the planet, sort of let her grieve and pass. That's how powerful she was, and the whole planet could sort of see it, and it creates some sort of luminous clouds and everything.
Yeah.
So that was quite powerful. So it's a really personal book. Like it's showing how powerful she is, but it's also showing how emotional she is as a human being and as a woman. So it's a really cool book. And with Greg Pak, thought that she'll be smashing things and breaking things, but still keeping the sort of characterization high, because that's how Greg Pak writes with his characters. Like I mentioned with Action Comics, with Superman, and also Hulk with Planet Hulk. He's good at doing action, but as well as keeping the characters sort of grounded. But this book is very, very character driven. Very, very character driven. Like I mentioned with Storm's background, where she used to be a goddess, where she used to be Queen of Wakanda, as well as her final moments with Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's quite a cool book. It's a book I definitely recommend
Okay.
it.
Actually, I got the first two issues. So I might even buy. Might just buy the volume and see what it's saying.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, so
Yeah.
uh,
Oh.
if there's, I'm definitely enjoying it. So I'll see if the second one is still out. Hopefully, she survives
Yeah.
Secret Wars. She'll probably get a renumbering.
Pretty much. Right. The next book that came out again by Marvel Comics. This one is Groot. So Groot has now officially got his own um, solo book. So this is written by Jeff Loveness, and the artist is Brian Kenzinger. Oh, Kensinger, my bad. And there's not really much to say. It's just if you've read Rocket Raccoon, it's pretty much the same way. In this issue, it's just for some reason Groot wants to go to planet Earth, and Raccoon's like, what's going on? So they just cut through. They get into fights. They get nearly kidnapped. They hitch. It's funny, they hitch rides with the scrolls with certain people so they can get to Earth. At the end, a bounty hunter appears out of nowhere and tries to capture Groot. But instead, Rocket Raccoon tries to save him, and he ends up being captured, and Groot basically flies away. That's basically, in a sense, it. Really, there isn't really much happening. It's just pure comedy. Um, I would say if you want more of a funnier book, the Scott Young one with Rocket Raccoon and what do you call it? Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, so Rocket Raccoon, and it has Groot in there, is actually a better book because for me it's just the artwork is better. Actually, the artwork on this is pretty. It's cool. It's just, I think for me it's a number one book to get. This one is it's all right. Um, if you're a Groot fan, from the movie, then it'd be a book for you to read. But I would also recommend to collect Rocket Raccoon because that one is a very, very popular book. Apart from that, there isn't really much to say. It has more comedy than anything else, which is pretty funny. Yeah, that is pretty much Rocket Raccoon. This is sorry, talking about this is Groot issue one, and if you can pick up the Gwen Stacy variant, which is a cover price variant, which is $3. Oh, sorry, $4. My bad. That's pretty much it for Groot. There isn't really, like I said, really a lot to say. The second book is Future Impact, um, which is basically you find out. This is sorry. Again, I keep forgetting because this is another Secret Wars tie-in. And this is I'm trying to find right. Trying to find. Sorry, here we go. It's written by Peter David, artist by Greg Land. Um, it's actually a book about what's her name? For me, she's a new character, but maybe I'm actually wrong. Oh, I forgot the character's name, man. It's gonna kill me. Hopefully, it'll come to me when I'm talking. She finds basically Odin, who tells her that basically that he's been, he's fallen, and his power was taken away with him. taken away. This is this is why basically Doom has control over all the Thors. So she basically she takes him into her secret domain where they're putting up the resistance against the Maestro, and so they take him down there, and everything's going well. They say we got Odin down here, so they're trying to basically just walk down, take him through, help him out because obviously he's not well. But what happens is now, right? You find out basically. So they go through security, right? And the woman basically she goes, "I have to go. I have to read your memory to see if you're not gonna hurt anybody in it." Then what happens is she reads him and then she goes, "Oh, you guys have to run. He's gonna kill us." And you find out it's actually Mastro. Always pronounce the guy's name wrong. And he actually transforms. Yeah, he was actually just what's what I'm looking for. He was disguised as Odin. He finds their base and he starts pretty much just massacring um, everybody. The main character in this book is called Ruby. I believe is it called Ruby Summers. So she has the ability of uh, Cyclops. She has the laser beams, but her body's composed of. She's a mutant. Her body's composed of rose quartz, which is basically if you've ever seen a rose quartz, it's a very very dense crystal. So they're fighting it out because he's pretty much now he's really so strong that he's just killing off and destroying basically um he's basically destroying everyone really. So the fight now basically keeps going on and on to the point where he nearly kills Ruby. All of a sudden, Ruby's boss, who's part of the resistance, comes out of nowhere, and that's where it cuts off. And it's actually the Thing. I was thinking, hold on a second, the Thing versus the Thing versus him, the Maestro. Like in my eyes, the Thing will get blown apart because he cannot compare with his strength. I remember like years ago in the Fantastic Four hour where they did there was a scene in the fight with the Thing versus the Hulk. The Hulk nearly killed him, nearly stepped on him. But basically that's where it cuts off. It's very interesting how they're doing these Secret War tie-ins because it kind of just they're doing it where they're giving you less in the book, so you'll be wanting to get the next issue. So I'll have to find out what the hell the Thing is doing there and what's really happening with Mastro and the Thing and what's really happening in this part of the world in Secret Wars. So like I said, with these new number ones, it's the building block to the Marvel universe. So get the ones that get the issue ones, read them. The ones that you don't like, just don't collect them. But like I said, if you want to know what's really happening in Secret Wars, like the tie-ins and so forth, what's happening in the different worlds, then get it. Then get it. From what I can say, they all in these tie-ins refer to Doctor Doom as God. So like I said, someone as strong as Mastro, right, is taking orders or is under is serving what do you call it, Doctor Doom. Why? So like I said previously, there must be something that's happening that's keeping them keeping Doom keeping everybody in check. So that's Future Impact issue 1. The next one is Well, I think that's actually it. No, whoa, sorry. The next one is da 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 is my first DC review, which is Action Comics 41, where Superman is just don't know what's happened to him. Are his powers are basically being demised. He hasn't got his strength. He can't fly. Um, he actually helps his kid from being bullied. And because they see he's kind of weak, these guys try to gang up on him, and he's like, "Well, not really." And he throws one punch and knocks all of them out. Again, this is written by Greg Pak and Aaron Kuda, and the artist, if I can, that
Aaron Kuda as well.
was him as well, yeah. Okay, cool. So it kind of basically you find that he's been outed in a way that people know he's Clark Kent. He's powerless. Well, he has power, but he doesn't basically have the power that he had previously. Has no suit. He's wearing a t-shirt that he got from a shop and a pair of jeans. He's running around because he can't fly on a motorcycle. He comes back to basically find out that Jimmy Olsen has thrown him like a little surprise party in the block that he used to stay in. A lot of people, are happy that he's back. A lot of people are scared because when he comes back, he nearly gets put under arrest because now people know he's Clark Kent, and then he was staying in a way at his block. They quarantine the whole place, thinking, is there something there? Does he have any? Is there a disease and whatnot? So a lot of people basically just don't come out. You find out also, don't know what they're called. The hounds that were chasing him in the forest, in the Fortress of Solitude, tried to basically come and take him out. So he kind of stops. He kind of stops them. What tends to happen in this, right, is they go behind his back as he's fighting these hounds, right? The police, and they go to basically burn and destroy the where he was staying, his old neighborhood. What's good about this book is it kind of gives you a different perspective to Superman, where he actually you see him eating for the first time, drinking. You see more emotion, you see more of the human side than you see Superman. So in a sense, you get to see more, like 95% of more of Clark Kent as a human than anything else. So like me, I'm not really a Superman fan because I find him in a sense boring. And it's not boring in that sense. I find him boring in a way where I like to see more of Clark Kent because I see someone as Superman doesn't really have a lot of villains and so forth, and it's like repetitive storyline. But I like it when people take a different approach to him, like they've done now. So you just basically see him struggling, and basically becoming the hero that he already is. It kind of gives you a more intense perspective. Like it's like in this, he's more emotionally compromised. So he's trying to, there's a scene where he jumps and he lands and he goes, oh, I landed in the wrong place, and his knee starts to hurt. And when he punches, he actually has to use shreds of his cape because, like I say, he's not his full strength for some reason. So if you're a Superman fan, this is definitely for you. If you're not, I'll still say to get it because it gives you, like I said, a whole new perspective on Superman. So yeah, basically that's Superman Action Comics, Greg Pak, issue 41. Get it, read it, buy it. If you don't want to buy it, then obviously you could, do you want a hard copy, then get a digital copy. But I do recommend it to everyone. And with that being said, people, we will go into the fun bit, which is the news.
Yep. Breaking news just released. I just I waited to cut in as soon as it came out. but Marvel has released a new image of their all new, all different Marvel Point Now issue point zero point now.
Yeah.
So if you guys have been following the news,
Dude.
Marvel originally released their all new, all different Marvel team up of the Avengers. Basically, that first sort of draft had Miss Marvel, it had Iron Man, it had Vision, it had Falcon, Captain America. I keep calling Falcon, but yeah, it had Phil Coulson over there. We also had Black Panther. We had Ant Man. So we were aware of that. I'm sure I'm not missing anyone. Yeah, you had Old Man Cap as well. So
Yeah.
now they released a new one, another one. I don't know if you've seen this ever, but it's got Peter Quill, obviously a Star Lord. It's got Doctor Strange in there. It's got Daredevil in his new costume. It's got Citizen V. I can't believe it. They got Citizen V. My favorite Avengers villain, Baron Zemo, is actually a hero, Citizen V. It's got Medusa in there. It's got Hyperion. It's got um, Rocket Raccoon. It's got the Thing. And the Thing's not even wearing a Fantastic Four costume, which worries me. Sunspot is there. And finally, you won't believe it, but it's Old Man Logan. So they're actually gonna do this. They're actually gonna merge all the universes into one. Because
Mm.
remember the other one had Miles Morales as well as Peter Parker in the other image. So now they're actually bringing back Wolverine, but as an old man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Old Man Logan. That's gonna be part of the all new, all different Marvel.
Yeah.
And it looks like X-23 is taking on the mantle as Wolverine. She's wearing like a female costume as Wolverine, which is kind of cool.
I can check it out. What site is this on? 'Cause I haven't seen the images. I've only seen a few.
The image just came out literally about 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
It's on CBR.
Ah. Okay. Just to add to that, right? They did say that they will also be renumbering after Secret Wars, which is so Secret Wars is 8. It's after Secret Wars, they're moving 8 months forward. They will be renumbering their comics from number one as usual, which I hate because it's just I just wish they would just continue. They said the new Hulk there's going to be a very very there's going to be a debate about they're saying fans are going to really debate about the new Hulk. They said regarding Peter Parker, there's going to be a big controversy around him. They said there will be a new Wolverine, which is Logan. I'm going to say, who is he? But there will be a new Wolverine. They're going to be launching 55 to 60 new titles, all from number one. So they are actually redoing this. Like, they are actually redoing the whole Marvel universe. So, um, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I'm excited because one, I really want my Doctor Strange number one to come out. Hopefully, this one will last. His book will last a while, but I'm looking forward to this book because big Doctor Strange fan. Obviously, nothing's been said about it. They have confirmed they are doing it, but there's been no writers, no artists been confirmed. Also, moving to something very very small. If you're a Hot Toys and you collect your Hot Toys figurines, Hot Toys have just announced Scarlet Witch from Avengers: Age of Ultron. So that has officially been announced. There is no release date yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. If I have money, I'll buy one, but I don't, so I'm not going to. The next big news is they finally have released a release date for Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z, it's been missing for about 18 to 20 years. It's gonna pick up straight after the Buu saga with all the characters, and it airs, I believe, first in Japan, July 5th. What do you think they would do with Dragon Ball Z? I reckon they've done everything. There's a picture of a rumor saying that he now ascends to another level Goku where his hair turns blue.
Oh yeah, that's definitely confirmed because Frieza came back. This is all due with the second movie, which has they're over instead of F or something.
Is that movie out?
It's out in Japan, but it's not confirmed.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to watch it.
So yeah, there's some new. There was a movie before it, Battle of the Gods. Remember that one where he's fighting Anubis?
What about the other one? Has that
Battle
come
of
out?
the
The
Gods.
Return of Frieza.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the one that they have here.
Ah, okay,
It's called Super Saiyan God. No, it's called Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
okay.
Yeah, Saiyan God Super Saiyan. No, Saiyan God Super Saiyan God. Or
Okay.
yeah, because the, he's gonna be a god that turns into a Super Saiyan.
Ah, well, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what new characters they're going to introduce, what's going to happen, and really to see. I want to see someone get beaten up. It's been a long time, so I'm excited about Dragon Ball Z. Um, the next big news that's um kind of blown up is Dwayne Johnson wants to produce and star in the remake of Big Trouble in Little China, and he wants to play Jack Burton. And I'm like, well, no, man, don't do it. Like, leave the movie alone. You know, we don't need a Big Trouble in Little China remake. That movie was amazing for its time, but to remake it, it's just, you know, I don't know if you've seen it or not, like Big Trouble in Little China, but
To be
um,
honest,
but for them to do the remake, just leave it alone. And I can't see him playing someone like Jack Burton. No way.
I'm sure he just wants to relive a childhood because that was a lot. You know, that was
Yeah,
one of my favorites growing up. So obviously he loved that movie, so he's trying to
me too. I
relive
loved
his
it, but
childhood.
all these reboots and remakes and spin-offs, they need to stop it. Um, we have also news from Samuel Jackson. They interviewed him. He said he wants Marvel to extend his contract, so he still wants to be more involved in the Marvel universe.
Of course he does.
Who doesn't, man? Extend my contract now. They probably will. You never know what plans they have for him. Um, Moving to some DC news, James Wan, director of Fast and Furious, will now direct Aquaman for DC.
That is a sick move. That is wicked
I
news.
can't hear you say that again.
That is wicked news.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for that. I've got even more faith in Aquaman.
I do like him as a character, so I'm looking forward to that movie. You know, just moving forward again to some small news. They said Avengers: Age of Ultron is the fifth film in history to cross 900 million. So some pretty cool news. Um, the other news that I'm excited about, but it's actually rumors, so I don't know if it's true or not. It's regarding Marvel's TV shows. There's rumors that they've got in the works Blade, Ghost Rider, and the Punisher all to be put on Netflix. I reckon those movies would be pretty cool because Blade's a dark character, Ghost Rider is dark, Punisher is dark. If you know what I mean. If they was to do that, it'd be crazy. Um, I would love to see a Ghost Rider series.
Did you see the Jessica Jones poster?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, they released a sort of saw the teaser image of
Mm.
the new poster, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I like where Marvel doing the Netflix thing. It's pretty nice. There's another rumor where actually it might even be true that Doctor Strange to appear in the Defenders. So if you've read the Defenders, the original one was composed of, if I can remember, Doctor Strange, the Hulk, Nama, and the Silver Surfer. Um, the rumor was actually that it was actually going to be Cumberbatch to make a cameo. I think Jessica Jones or the Defenders. If that's the truth, no one knows, but we'll have to see what happens. And this is good news because, like I said, if he does make an appearance, I'll be like, whoa. Um, we also have news from it's not a spoiler actually. I don't know if you read it. I've read it. The Batman vs Superman spoiler of how apparently Batman um, takes out Superman. You know how he actually gives him that fatal blow. Have you read that?
Uh,
So the spoiler alert for everyone out there. And if you don't want to hear this, please just fast forward it because it's only going to be a few seconds long. So he's come. There's a rumor. Or it came out in comic book resources. So they say spoiler, but you never know if it's true or not. Apparently, he has a kryptonite laced spear that he uses on Superman to weaken him. Um, that's what's been said at this precise moment. If that is true, that would be crazy because that's very, very deep. But I want to see how he actually does, gets the chance to use this. You know, um, what else do we have? Um, yeah, well, this is kind of old news, but you have obviously Batman issue 41. Commissioner Gordon will be the new Batman, I guess. Um, I'm looking forward to that book. To find out what's happened to Bruce Wayne. Where is he? What happened to him? Is he dead? Disney dead? What happened to the Joker? To see basically Commissioner Gordon in that suit is gonna basically arcs. It's gonna cause a lot of controversy because they know that Batman's not around and they know things are basically gonna be very very different now, especially for the villains. We've also had images from Bryan Singer showing images of Cerebro in. I don't know if you've seen it in Avengers: Age of Apocalypse. Avengers, Age of Apocalypse. Age of Apocalypse.
sorry, man. I've been getting attacked by hay fever.
Yeah,
Let me see. I haven't seen it yet.
yeah. It looks pretty good. I really want to see what they do in this movie. Um, I really hope they get Apocalypse looking you know looking right. In my eyes, for them to basically, oh wow, for them to basically what do you call it, bro? For that,
They probably wouldn't get it exactly. I mean, they'll try and put their own little spin to it, but
yeah,
really it wouldn't really look like Apocalypse that we know on the TV.
true. All right, I've seen the I'm looking at the images that you said actually
What image is that?
of the all new
Or the
So the all new Wolverine is a chick, is a girl. It's funny. The what's his name looks like wow what's Peter Quill. He looks like Michael J. Fox. But you know what I realized about this? That's pretty strange, right? Um, and this is probably going to spin off from Secret Wars. Is Doctor Strange in that image there, right? He does not have his amulet around his neck.
So he's just.
Yeah, he doesn't have his amulet around his neck.
Does that mean that he's sort of depowered?
Well, not really, because the thing with Doctor Strange, right? He deals in the mystical arts, but yeah, he does generate a lot of power from that amulet, the Eye of Agamotto. But then when he's not using that, he can fly. You know, he can astral project. He can use his mind to control people. He can do a lot of things. He can cast spells and whatnot. Um, but yeah, it does give him basically, I guess, power. I guess that is X-23 in the Wolverine suit. But then that kind of will tell that kind of just still in a way makes you think of what's happened to Wolverine, because Marvel were teasing saying, you know, what's really happened to real Wolverine, because he's still around. He's been covered with raw adamantium. I'm liking the new Daredevil costume because it goes back to the Mark Miller days when you know, when he was in that black suit. Um, it reminds me basically of the TV show in a way. The Iron Man suit pretty much looks kind of just more to the original than anything else.
But they haven't really confirmed if that's Tony.
True, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna a lot of fans are gonna be a lot of fans are gonna go ballistic when they find out, because they're gonna Marvel gonna drop some serious. I know they're gonna use some serious bombs.
We don't know who that is. I mean, I was thinking that maybe it's. I mean, what's Armor Wars about? Is Tony Stark in that?
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's like when you're reading this now, is this Iron Man, is this Tony Stark from the 616 universe or the 6110 universe? You know, so all these characters, it's like, who are they really? What universe are they from? That's the crazy bit, because it's a mixture in it. Um, because the other image I saw image with Spider Man as well, but there's gonna be a lot of apparently controversy or regarding the new Spider Man um with Miles
Well,
Morales. Yeah,
Peter Parker's still around,
yeah,
and Gwen and Miles.
yeah. So that'll be pretty interesting to see what they're gonna do. But yeah, man, it's a whole reboot. 75 years has been slated off. You know, um, yeah, but it's gonna be crazy to see how they do it. I wonder if they all how they're gonna do the Avengers. What you know, how many of these characters will be getting their own books and stuff. Like I said, they're gonna be releasing like 56 to 60 new titles. So you know, like what's happening? Like what's gonna happen? Because so far, I want to find out what's happening with you know, like the mutants, the X-Men, Magneto. You know what's you know, are we gonna have an Xavier? You know what's happening, man. So like I said, man, I'm excited to see what Marvel are gonna do with this and how they're gonna move on forward from now on. But,
Yep, yep, definitely.
Same with DC, man. I'm looking forward to see how they move on.
Yeah, the next couple of months is gonna be really interesting.
Oh,
Everything's sort of kicked off or kicking off.
yeah.
Convergence is now we're now post convergence. Secret Wars is sort of wrapping up. Uh, by August time, I think we'll have a better idea of what's going on in the two major publishers,
Mm.
universes, I guess multiverses.
One thing I actually forgot to say was that this is regarding Marvel news. It's officially confirmed that where is it? I'm going to read this actually word to word. This is regarding Guardians of the Galaxy. It says the first draft script for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is in. Director and screenwriter James Gunn confirmed on Facebook that it has been delivered, and also that it reveals the identity of Star-Lord's father. In the comics, Peter Quill's dad is the ruler of the Spartex Empire, but Gunn is having no truck with that. He's unappealing to me. Gunn explained to fans, first of all, his name is Jason. Um, Chris Pratt has already seen the script and told Digital Spy, um, like it put tears in my eye. It's so good. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to get started on it, and I cannot wait for people to see what it's going to put. What the wait? Sorry, and I can't. I cannot wait for people to see what he's going to pull off with his second movie. It's so big and so good. So Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is to be released May the 5th, 2017. And for all you people that are going to San Diego Comic Con, I will not be going because I'm just not going, but I'd love to go. Harrisburg have a very nice collectible they'll be having in the Harrisburg booth in San Diego, and it's a Doctor Strange collectible. It's the book of Bajanti where Doctor Strange does all his magical, gets all these spells and whatnot, and basically casts his spells. So it is the book. It's mentioned in the comics, and it will be obviously mentioned in the movie. But when you open the book, it has the collectible figurines from Dormammu, Doctor Strange. It has an amulet you can actually wear across the chest. It has also magic as well from Uncanny X-Men. It's retailed. It's going to be retailing at $100. I do want to get one, so if I find a nice, if I find one for nice price, I'll be definitely buying one. Even though it probably cost me a bit for shipping, I'll definitely get one. But yeah, shout out to Brandy. Hope you're okay. Well, another one she's a hardcore DC fan, so she collects more DC and Image and anything else. So yeah, another thing, I've got a stack of Image comics I actually need
One
to
thing I wanted
read.
to quickly point out is that Robert Downey Jr. has already kicked off promotions for Civil War.
Pick your side.
Yep. Whose side are you picking?
But there's a rumor actually about that, saying that, I don't know if it's true, that so-called Doctor Strange is supposed to be leading one of the sides in a way. I don't think that is true. Because technically, if Strange was leading any side, he would win. Because he, like I said, he deals in the mystical arts. So the only way you can defeat him is, in a sense, to deal in the art, to be in that scene where you actually deal in the magic, or get to a point where you can actually hold him down so he doesn't use any of the magic. I doubt that is true. But yeah, people, man, pick your side. What side are you picking?
Me, I'm Cap all the way, man.
Uh,
Liberation,
huh?
liberation. I'm always on the side of liberation.
Hmm.
You know, even during what's it, is Agents of Shield, I always sort of understood the Inhumans. You know, Sky's mom.
Say that again. I can't hear you properly. Say that again.
Remember in Agents of Shield, Sky's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of sympathize with her and her whole deal. You know,
Murderer.
even though she sort of,
Murdered.
she went a bit too far, but
Yeah. Just kill
I
people.
sort of understood
Yeah.
what her deal was about. But yeah, I'm Cap all the way. Team Cap.
I think probably everyone is. And a lot of Iron Man fans. But
You'd be surprised. A lot of people love Iron Man. They're really smart with the whole. Well, Marvel's really fortunate with the amount of popularity that Iron Man is getting.
yeah. All know though in the movie when it comes out, they're going to be fighting each other. And then in the back scenes, there's going to be another villain that's probably running the show, and then it will come together and they'll probably just.
Because it's weird because even in Avengers, Age of Ultron, people still love Iron Man. Still love him, even though he's the one that caused
Yeah.
everything. People still love him.
Yeah. Yeah. People are still going to love him in Civil War because at the end they're probably going to team up anyway and destroy the person that's really causing the um problem. There was what was I going to say? Regarding jumping to Ant Man, there's a few rumors stating that Spider Man will be sort of mentioned in Ant Man, and that's next month actually.
If only they could give us a vote, Peter Parker or Miles. You know, I've been Team Miles all the way, man. Funny enough, I was watching the Amazing Spider-Man 1 the other day. Oh my god, how much I needed the Miles.
It was terrible.
Yeah, we got too much Peter Parker, man. Everyone's tired of Peter Parker. I mean, we all love him. We all love Peter Parker. Everyone loves him and everything. But
Well,
there's so many movies, so
well, now they can if
it's
they
us
work a
out.
deal with Sony because obviously now let's say for example now they've rebooted the whole Marvel universe. They can just officially just stick Miles Morales anywhere and any time, or just say in a far, far, far ultimate world away, there's another Spider-Man.
Well, we were talking about this the other day. We were saying that what if they're gonna do like a whole Spider family? Because really truly, that's family has grown. You got Silk, you got Gwen, you got Miles, you got Peter, you got Spider Girl, you got Spider Woman. You know, also you got Black Widow from the Marvel Six Ultimate Universe. Wait,
yeah,
well, I hope she stays around anyway.
put
Maybe,
it, be nice, man. Putting them in one whole movie.
but yeah, in one book, but what like to see them in like in the Spider Family book, the whole Spider Verse, because the Spider Verse was kind of a big hit.
Mm.
It's just unfortunate that I didn't really get it because I didn't really understand the whole background of the whole Spider Verse. It was fun, it was a fun read, but obviously I needed to read the preludes and everything. But yeah, so if they could do like a Spider Verse book,
Mm.
it includes all the Spider people, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Um, that'd be crazy if they was to do that.
But yeah, is there any more news that you want to talk about?
Um, let me see. Actually, I'm just trying to think. There's something that I wrote down. There was something to do with Transformers that they're going to be doing another movie. Um, but it's going to. I think the next movie will be a prequel. It's going to be set on Cybertron. So that'd be interesting. Hopefully there'll be no humans. Just straight out war. Um, Also, they're looking to do a Bumblebee spin-off. And I'm like, whoa, no. You guys, the spin-off thing is just getting ridiculous. Actually, yeah. It is a bit ridiculous. Um, there was actually some news, which is this is what I forgot. Forgot the guy's name now. So you got this is news from Agents of Shield. Um, for season 3, you have Luke Mitchell, who plays Lincoln, is going to be a main. It's going to be like a main character. Well, it's going to be in season 3. Um, you know, as a regular character, you'll be seeing all the time. Also, the person that plays Mac as well is going to be a forgot his real name. Guy that plays Mac in Agent of Shield. He's going to be a full. He's sticking around for season 3 as well as a full cast member, so you'll be seeing more of him. Um,
I'm really fascinated by this Iron Man in this all new or different Avengers film stuff.
Say that again.
I'm quite fascinated with this Iron Man that they keep putting him in the all new, different Marvel thing. I have a feeling that it's gonna be Arno.
Who?
Arno.
His
Arno.
brother.
Yeah. I have a feeling that it's not gonna be Tony. It's gonna be Arno.
The thing is,
Because like,
yeah,
because they're sort of winding down the whole, the big three, Cap, Iron, Snip Cap, Thor,
yeah,
and well, I guess Thor can stick around, but and Robert Downey Jr. Chris Evans is talking about leaving Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is becoming too expensive, so with what's his name, Steve Rogers, he's sort of taking the back seat and letting Sam Wilson take all the shine as Cap. This is
mm.
like a smart way of getting rid of Robert Downey Jr. If you get what I'm saying. So if they want to follow up with the movies, they could just recast Iron Man as Arnold Stark. You know.
Yeah. There was a rumor that if they do a next Iron Man movie, it'll be his brother, not him.
So yeah, I have a feeling that this Iron Man that they keep showing in front of us is going to be Arnold.
Interesting.
That'll be fun.
I'm really looking forward to this Daredevil. It says the way he looks. They're saying in the original dark and brooding dudes appeared during Marvel's 2000 crossover event Shadowland. In the storyline, the demon possesses Matt Murdock's soul and drives him to commit all sorts of diabolical acts like murder, Bullseye, erect a super prison in the middle of Hell's Kitchen, and oh yeah, ditch his iconic red suit for a stellar ninja influence alternative. But the black color scheme also carried through significance. By wearing all black like the bad guys, Daredevil declared that he had entered anti-hero territory and was far too serious for silly red costumes. So I'd love to see what they're going
Wait,
to do
I
with
just
Daredevil.
realized something. Sorry to cut you off. I just realized something. The thing is wearing that on is a galaxy.
Ah?
The thing
Yeah.
is a galaxy. He's not wearing a Fantastic Four suit. On his suit.
I've never been a fan of the thing. Fantastic Four for me, man. Just could never really get over them.
I mean,
Um,
he's even the Fantastic Four and the Guardians.
Let me see. Yeah, he is actually.
X-23 suit. She looks pretty cool as a Wolverine. I
Yeah,
like it.
a fake Wolverine.
It kind of makes sense because at the end of the day, she is Wolverine. She's the clone of Logan.
Hmm.
It makes sense that she would sort of take that mantle.
And Doctor Strange looks younger in this. He hasn't got any really no grey hair. It's funny, like you know what's funny about this Iron Man when you look at him, right? Yeah, he just looks like a young person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like a
So
kid, like a teenager in a suit.
yeah, I was thinking, okay, who could it be? I was thinking, okay, would it be Rhodey? But Rhodey is probably older than
Yeah.
like the suit is kind of it's not as high tech as the superior suit. But I guess like they still want to play around with the superior Iron Man. Well, to be honest, I don't know what's going on in Secret Wars. It's superior in Secret Wars. You know,
Not that I know of, no, but
you haven't seen him. So what happened to him? Did he die as well?
nah, he's still around.
Was he? What happened?
I don't know. I haven't read the end of. I never read the end issue of. I never collected Superior Iron Man. I just kind of left it, but I never read the last.
Because superior, he's that guy to sort of find a way out of it. He's sort of like we got a nice little introduction to him in Axis. Like during Axis, yeah, the way he escaped the whole sort of heroes switching to villains deal was pretty smart. So I have a feeling that he would find a way to get away from the incursions. Um,
Probably.
but this Iron Man suit is sort of like it, it doesn't look as high tech as the superior suit.
No, it looks like just the basic Iron Man suit, which is what I just liked.
So maybe it's like way thinking maybe this is a bit out of Armor Wars.
Yeah.
But you're reading that, so you keep us updated.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this Daredevil to see what they're gonna do.
The Hyperion looks exactly the same. Peter Quill doesn't have blonde hair anymore, so they're trying to make him look more like Chris Pratt, which makes sense.
Who's the one that's wearing the hoodie?
Is the human, that human guy? I don't know. I'm not reading the humans. I don't know.
Hmm. It's pretty interesting to see what they're gonna do. But yeah, man, we'll see. I know more news will probably come out in the next few days.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I guess we should start winding down. We've sort of covered everything for this week. If anything else pops up, we'll probably, scream and shout on Twitter. And yeah, our Twitter is, of course, at 2 British Nerds. Follow us at 2 British Nerds. Follow me. I'm at Shikawati. Follow Sava at Sava DJ.
Yeah, a CAVA DJ. Make sure you like I said, you can subscribe for iTunes on your iPhones, and also view this podcast
Yeah.
on YouTube, which is Two British Nerds YouTube. So yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe to us. Please do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Also email us 2 British Nerds at G.
Yeah.
So email us, of course.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Uh,
again, that's Two British Nerds at gmail.com for any questions, or if you want us to speak about anything. If you just want to say hi, let us know. Just like I said, you can always tweet us. You can tweet me your questions or what you think of the show so far. CAVADJ, or hit me up, or hit us up on the Two British Nerds podcast. Sorry, that's at Two British Nerds with a Z. And yeah, man, that's basically us.
Yeah, also have Ask FM as ask me thing, ask me at ask.fm/chickawadude. On Twitter, I've got my out there as well. So yeah, pop me a question, questions you guys want. Of course,
Yeah.
and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, positive and negative comments. Cheers, guys.
Enjoy, man. We'll see you guys next week. You need to get a new mic, man.